so bleeding good was Jerez yet in Moto2, pushing Marc all the way to the championship battle in 2021. In the present night, he's under the cosh and needs a big result here in Kota this weekend as we pick up Pedro Acosta, who doesn't seem to matter what challenge you put in front of him. He just is able to get on with the job, effortlessly working his way around his coach. So got caught up with a couple of mechanics this morning, and they felt that this would be arguably his biggest test of the season so far. Well, he's got to the fly cooler. Although yesterday, you really just say, oh, well, your commentator's choice, but hey, I will let him have that one. Yeah, he's exploring the limit, shall we say, so far. Today, of course, we did see him running off a little bit this morning. It was a session of two halves this morning. He was down the back of the field for the first half of the session, bolted on some new tyres, and he's immediately up inside the top Jerez. The rear snakes left, snakes right, as he tries to get it stopped from the thick end of 300 kilometers an hour down that back straight down to around about 60 Ks for the first gear, turn 12, and unfortunately, he was nowhere near the apex that time, but he's not the first, he won't be the last to make a mistake through there. There are so many big braking stocks around this Kota layout. This is another of them into turn 1, while we've already seen Marc Marquez run wide earlier on into turn 11 and into 12. Huge, heavy braking zones, where of course you need that braking stability, which is why generally riders favour the harder front tyre around here. Yeah, when you see those hard braking zones, you know that Kevin Schwantz had some influence in the design of this Kota circuit. Great to see so many American legends gathered here this weekend. Teddy Roberts, of course, the critical 500cc world champion in the late 70s, famous for his unbelievable battles with Barry Sheene. Wayne Rainey's here, of course, trying to unearth the future American talents as the boss of Moto America. Kevin Schwantz is here, the 1993 500cc world champion. And just on that night, actually, we send our thoughts, our prayers and condolences to the family and friends of Pat Hennon, who sadly passed away recently. The first American rider to win a Premier Class Grand Prix. He was in many respects one of the trailblazers, one for such a golden generation of American talent. But great to see the likes of Kenny Roberts, Wayne Rainey and Kevin Schwantz here, with three names that are right up there with proper ultimate legends in this great sport. We should also, while we're talking about that, just send our best wishes to a couple of former MotoGP riders who've been in the wars recently. Danilo Petrucci, of course, is in World Superbikes nowadays, had a big motocross crash which has left him rather second-hand. And Andrea Dovizioso too, who was certainly showing no signs of slowing down on a motocross track, and he had a pretty high-speed get-up as well on his motocross machine earlier on this week, which saw him out to be early productive. But fortunately as well, he is also on the mend, so we wish him well. Marc Marquez once again there, nowhere near the racetrack there, this time to turn 19. Marquez running on, so this lap time won't count for anything. Much like we saw this morning, it's like a scruffy start to the session for King of Kota. My promise at the start for another former Kota winner here, Enea Bastianini, on the 23 Ducati Alpine team machine. And that is already rapid in this early part of practice, down to a 2:04.25A, and Pedro Acosta is the first rider in the 203s, definitely joined immediately by the likes of Martin, Espargaro, Fernandez, Augusto Fernandez, and Jack Miller. Martina now leads early on with a 2:03.036. We're already inside the lap times that we saw this morning from Maverick Vinales to the 2:03.2. Alex Espargaro, that's a significant jump on what we saw from him this morning. He was very quiet session for LH on the 41. He didn't do anything better than a 2:04.8 this morning. He's already 2.2 quicker than that this afternoon. So Martin, the man that's chasing the championship, the man that's chasing here nearly part of this practice session here in Kota, under some glorious spring sunshine and almost perfect conditions for Grand Prix Motorcycle racing. Of course, tomorrow at 3 p.m. local time, the Tissot Sprint will be underway. 10 laps, then the full distance Grand Prix here on Sunday, over 20 laps.
Yes, thanks, Jack. Thanks to a brilliant boss, Massimo Rivoli. At the moment, Alex Espargaro, you have to say, very non-committal about his plans beyond 2024. It does seem that if he does decide to hang up his leathers as a race rider, well, he'll have an open door right? Ticket to become a brilliant test and development rider. That could be important as well to tap into a latest experience, given there's all kinds of strong rumours that there will be a significant technical change, a capacity, engine capacity change when the rules will, or new rules will be implemented in 2027 by the GP World Championship. But Aleix, I think, just giving himself 3 or 4 more Grand Prix just to see whether the hunger, the desire is still there. I mean, he's 34 years of age now, Aleix. He's the oldest statesman of this MotoGP World Championship. This weekend is his 324th Grand Prix start. He's made so many sacrifices. He's certainly put in the hard yards, Lewis. You do wonder whether Aleix, being so non-committal as he is right now, whether he is actually sort of starting to seriously contemplate maybe the R word, retirement. Yeah, I guess ultimately it will all come down to how competitive Espargaro is. I mean, for so many of these riders, the enjoyment comes from winning. The enjoyment comes from being competitive, and if Espargaro isn't, I guess that will make the decision for him. Of course, he's put in the shade a little bit recently by Maverick Vinales. It's so easy to forget, there's just a couple of rounds to go. The first race of the season, so many of us arrived at a little sales circuit on the Sunday at Qatar, fully tipping Espargaro for victory that weekend, that afternoon, and it all went wrong in the race itself. And the last 5 times now, Espargaro has finished the Grand Prix. He's finished now in 8th place and has been in the top 6 since the taking of last season. So that's the kind of streak that Espargaro's going to have to try and snap out on if he can. There's no question how high in esteem Aprilia holds Espargaro in. They love him to bits down at that Milan factory. He's been such an integral part of their rise from also ran wooden spoon merchants in MotoGP about a decade or so ago to now being genuine race victory and title contenders. It's from Espargaro's point of view, it's just how much more gas is there in the tank. It's a training regime coming into this 2024 season, which certainly isn't the kind of thing you do when you're winding your career down. So I guess Espargaro, the longer this season goes on, particularly if he's not able to extract the maximum out of that Prix, he may have a decision to make. He said pre-season his future is in his hands. It will be all down to speed and results, and whether, of course, Aprilia want to keep him, whether they all feel like they need to move in a different direction, maybe bringing on some younger talent on board. What is not up for debate is that Aprilia will somehow keep Espargaro in the fold in that test and development rider role, which is a role his brother's fulfilling very well at the moment. Occasionally, I think Espargaro was in Jerez, wasn't he, early this week before he hopped on the plane across the Atlantic to carry out his latest duties as a phenomenal pundit and analyst at Spanish colleagues Dazar. I actually saw Polly at the press conference earlier on doing a few interviews. So he's still doing a sterling job for KTM. Joan Zarco on the motorcycle with the team that won this very Grand Prix here 1 year ago when Alex Rins was sat on top of the LCR Honda. It's a really, really good weekend actually for LCR last year, because Rins was second to Bagnaia in the Tissot sprint as well. Talking about Pekka Bagnaia and the factory team, let's see how they're faring so far here in Kota. Former kind of winner now, Bastiani's 4th. One place out of Bagnaia in 5th place. Let's get some thoughts of Argosini, the Ducati team was. Who is with Jack Dillon? Yeah, certainly his first opportunity to get the chance, to me anyway, to chat with Mauro, and a pleasure to do so. What a start to 2024. It's certainly not been easy for you stepping in. You've already signed Pecco, you've got his teammate to sort out, you've got Pramac and VR46 deals to sort out, and then last time out, Pecco and Marc coming together. A busy start to 2024. How have you found it all? Yeah, I mean, as big as it is, because, you know, I started working at Ducati 20 years ago. So I probably understand the situation from the marketing point of view, but the sporting point of view is not so easy. So I'm still learning, I'm still watching around. That's why I'm doing my best in this moment. Let's try and cover up some of the hot topics then. World Championship leader is on the Ducati at the moment, Jorge Martin. It's been so impressive with victory last time out. How much have you been pleased to see him riding in the manner that he is? I mean, Jorge is a champion. He showed us a lot of several times last year. This year it started as we finished last year. So he's a champion, not surprised, honestly speaking. In terms of the incident between Marc and Pecco, what have you done after that incident to try and make sure we don't see something similar happening again? I mean, very easy. I sent both of them a message, one Tuesday, I can't remember. just here guys, everything's under control. Vico and Marx actually like yes, there's everything under control. Looking for quarter, so positive, very positive. That's good to hear. Already there's a lot of talk not only about the rider market, but in terms of which teams are going to be running which bikes at the moment for the next year. Sorry, VR46 and Pramac both have their contracts end with Ducati at the end of this current season. What's the latest update on the negotiations with both of them? Yeah, we have some table
Park, Hockenheim and Silverstone as well. Sector 1, very much reminiscent of Marquez and Beckis, isn't it, at Silverstone? As we tick up Vinales, this is right at the top end of the circuit. The bottom gear, turn 11, crucial there now to get good drive, get good acceleration grip as you power now down this long back straight, 1.2 kilometers in length, which makes it the longest straight on the Grand Prix calendar. Over that little crest, which can certainly unsettle the bike in the braking zone. So nice and clean this by Vinales. Good lap as well coming in from Maverick. Out on some fresh Michelin rubber there, brand new medium front, medium rear at the start of this session. Yeah, because Vinales is one of those who did go for new rubber earlier on this morning in free practice. Although, of course, if you're familiar with MotoGP, you'll know that session this morning did not count towards qualifying. Solely this 60-minute practice session will determine who moves through into qualifying 2. Maverick Vinales running just ahead of Pedro Acosta on circuit, both on target to improve at the moment. Almost certainly the final 15 to 20 minutes as well. We'll expect the fireworks in this practice session as Vinales now approaches the final corner. Of course, we have seen him challenge at the front here at Cota.